Hi Cancer, this is your 2017 tarot reading, and keep in mind everyone, this is the general reading, so if you'd like a reading that's specifically for you, you can reach me at facebook.com/hippiechicktarot and message me there and you'll get all the information. I do private readings, so just give me a message and we'll chat. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to use oracle cards and tarot cards. Now be mindful that you should check out your rising sign as well as your moon sign and watch those with your sun sign, because it's not just all about the sun sign. If you watch all three videos, it'll give you a larger scope on your situation and your year at hand. Okay, so let's get started. First, I'm going to use Sonia Choquette's oracle card called Fool's Wisdom. We're using two of Sonia Choquette's decks today. And your Fool is the Reclusive Fool, number 3. The Fool's wisdom is step away from the world and seek solitude. Okay. All right, so this is going to be your wisdom. Okay, and we'll talk more about that in just a second. Now let's pull a card from Don Miguel Ruiz. 5 degrees of wisdom, I think is what it's called. I don't know. It's an oracle deck anyway. Don Miguel Ruiz. Okay. Everything I need is within me. This is going to be your influence card. Okay. And on the back it says, I don't have to search for the truth. I am the truth. I don't have to search for perfection. I am perfection. I don't have to search for happiness. I am happiness wherever I am. Okay, so it's about choices. Choices and acceptance, okay? All right, and then we're going to have your challenge. What's going to be your challenge for 2017? I'll wait for one to jump out at me here. Clear the path. Okay. Setting yourself up for success. That's your challenge. Getting rid of negativity in your path, in your way, things that are going to stop you. That's your challenge. Okay. And let's talk about these for a minute, and then I'll pull some tarot cards for you. Okay. And so let's talk about your influence. Okay, the way that the world is going to see you, the way that you're going to be received in 2017, it's a little bit different than what it seems like. It says, everything I need is within me. Everything I need is within me. Okay, everything you need, Cancer, you already got. I'm not talking about physical things as far as financial and stuff like that and, you know, intimacy with others. We're talking about everything you need this year to do what you have to do and become closer to your spiritual path, closer to who you are, closer to why you're here, really here. Not like, you know, the shoes in the bag here, but like really here. Not your job title here, but what you're going to talk about after you leave here. You know, those type of things. If I can get that. I'm just trying to emphasize, okay, that may sound strange, but that is so important for you to get to the core, okay? Because everything you need is within you, okay? So let's read this one more time. I don't have to search for truth. I am truth. I don't have to search for perfection. I am perfection. I don't have to search for happiness. I am happiness wherever I am. So, I am happiness wherever I am is so a choice. Okay? You could have a crap morning and be going on vacation with your kids, and by the time you get there, you're ready to pull your hair out. And they say, oh, mommy or daddy, look at the ocean. And you, in that moment, you can be like, yeah. And be, you know, the unhappy, the situational you. Or you can let all that drop and like be the real true you and go jump in it with them. You know what I mean? It's about getting rid of all the shells, all the mechanical parts of us that are autopilot and frustration and ego driven, fear driven, things like that, and getting back into what's really in our hearts. Okay? You don't have to search for the truth. You are the truth. So maybe this year your influence is going to be more honest. You're going to be more honest, maybe with yourself and with others. Okay? You don't have to search for perfection. You are perfection. So maybe you're going to love yourself more this year. Okay? People are going to see that you're going to have more confidence because you're enough. You don't need to, whatever this is that you're losing this year, by saying everything you need is within me, meaning everything you need is within you and everything else you can get rid of, right? And because remember, we have to clear the path. So these two are going to be working hand in hand. Your challenge and your influence are closely, because you're going to influence out on what's challenging you, because you'll be reacting to that. Okay. Now, with your wisdom card, it says step away from the world and seek solitude. Now, clear the path. So maybe for some of you, 2017 is going to be a fixer year for you. You know, it seems like you need to get all the negative stuff off your path, clear your path, bring positivity into your life. Finding positive things in yourself again, doing the things that you love, doing the things that interest you, that fill you, that make you feel whole. And step away from the world and seek solitude, it says. The reclusive fool. And where it says the fool, that doesn't mean he's a fool for being reclusive. Fool's wisdom is about taking the journey on the tarot. So what that means is that being open like a child, not foolish, okay? So being open to being reclusive and learning and wondering why. The wisdom in being reclusive. But now, for some of you, this is going to be the opposite. So for some of you, you could be doing this, and this could be, your wisdom is to get out of that. Maybe you've been reclusive so long where you don't want to leave your house, you don't do anything, you don't hang out with anyone, you don't care anymore. Maybe you've been depressed, okay? Because you've been looking for things outside of you, and you're realizing that you can get it inside of you and you can shine and beam your own light. You don't have to search out someone else's light. And this is saying don't get too far gone with the reclusiveness, okay? So if you are, it's telling you to get out of that. But if you're it says step away from the world. Okay, everything you need is within you. So it's like, stop looking out, look in. Stop looking out, go in. Okay, step away from the world. Step away from everything outside of you. Clear the path. This is a major fixer year for you. This is a major, I wouldn't even say fixer, I would say cleansing. Okay, some of you might, on a lighter note, if you're not soul searching, some of you could be doing a lot of health cleansing. Okay, maybe you're going to do the master cleanse. Maybe you're going to do some other, fasting, I don't know, retreat, something. But see where it says clear the path? It's kind of like regaining balance, right? Because it's a 20 cards, so it's a 2. So it's like getting your footing. For like not the first time you've had to do this though. So maybe you guys, some of you have a depressive nature about yourselves. Maybe some of you guys have gotten away with yourself the past few years, and you kind of are like finding yourself more into the commercial things, more into the outside influence of the world and societies and what people think of you. And maybe you've had someone new in your life or a group of new friends or something, and you kind of got swept away in that. But now it's like time to go back in, step away. Maybe your influences, okay? For some of you, you could have a whole bunch of, this is clear that some of you have bad influences. Some of you have bad friends and bad influences, because it's like, clear it out. Get back in touch with yourself. Seek solitude at this time so that you can do this. It's like your wisdom from spirit is telling you to get away, go home, detach from the world. And this is saying, your influence is saying that all you need is within you. So this is how you're going to feel if you listen to this, okay? And then your challenge, though, in doing all this is going to be clearing your path. It's going to be hard for you to get rid of those friends. Maybe they work with you and you see them every day, okay? But they always want to go out to the bar, or they always want to, be negative all the time around you, or do something negative, or bring something or someone negative into your life constantly, and you're just sick of it. It's bringing you down, and you're not dealing with it anymore, and you're realizing you'd rather be by yourself than be with them. So it's like, just do it. See the hands swooping and everything's kind of flying? Just clear it out. Get rid of it, and have all the negative stuff be over here, so you're sweeping it out. And like this card is, bringing in the positive. See how it's pulling it in? Okay? And it's kind of like getting rid of the things that are making you... Spirit very rarely tells you to be a recluse. Okay, so this might be some very negative people around you, or very negative circumstances, or it could even be dangerous circumstances. Okay, so you need to do this now. Okay, and let's pull some tarot cards and see what else is going on. But it's so important to clear the path. It's so important to, before you get to the obstacle, to take it away before you get there. Okay, before it becomes a time where you're running into this person every day, make it like, change the situation where you don't have to see the person every day. Don't wait till you're standing in front of them to go, oh, I don't want to go to the bar tonight, or oh, you're a negative person in my life, and I don't want that anymore. We got Queen of Swords came out for the first quarter. Oh, you guys got cards. Okay. 5 of Swords, lots of swords. Lots of air energy. Okay. Got lots of air energy. Okay. 4 of Swords. It's all about your thoughts. This is a progression of thoughts. King of Wands. Air and fire. So, let's just start by saying an overabundance of swords cards for you, Cancer, is like, first of all, it's the progression of thoughts. It's saying you're in your head a lot. Maybe you're overthinking things, overanalyzing everything. You might even be in a state this year where you have to put yourself in some kind of regiment of thinking, where before I go back down this other path and I get off my good path, I'm gonna think about this. I'm gonna think this way. I'm gonna, first do this, then do this. I'm gonna have a 5-step thing I'm gonna do, or whatever it is, to get myself into a mental state where I'm not thinking negatively anymore. So this is all about your thoughts. Now we start off with the Queen of Swords, okay, for January, February, March. And the Queen of Swords is, you're a water sign, but this is going to be how this time of the year is for you, what you're going to experience, feel, and do. And so these are being thought cards are kind of like, you're going to be contemplating what's yours in this world. You're going to be thinking about, where you've been, where you want to go, what you want to accomplish. And the thing about the Queen of Swords is, you might not be the warmest in the warmest mood, okay? You might not be the most cuddly, down-to-earth social person in the beginning, okay, of the year, because it's almost like you're trying to kind of get your bearings, okay? The Queen of Swords is like the queen that just climbed to the top of the hill. She just won the battle and became queen, and she stabs her sword in the ground and like climbs up the last step of the hill and declares herself the queen. Like, that's where the Queen of Swords is. So this is not an accomplished queen. This is a queen nonetheless. I mean, she earned it. She is it. That is who she is. But it is not something you're accustomed to. So this way of thinking for you is kind of like, you're coming up with a new way of thinking. You're coming up with one that's, you know, you did something, you got a positive result from it, and you said, hey, maybe I can do that now. Now, this also is a, you know, this is a time when you're going to be more in charge of your thoughts. You're going to realize that how much power your thoughts have. Okay, that queen coming up, that she was like a princess, and then she, like, you know, won the battle as she's coming up the mountain. She became the queen. Like, it's fresh. And it's finding out how to go from just barely you into a deeper, thicker, more colorful, more passionate, denser you, you know, truer, okay? And it's being more vibrant. I feel like for you guys, this is finding your bearings in a different way of thinking and being more in control of your thoughts and your words. And maybe you're going to change the way that you talk to somebody. Maybe you don't talk, there's one person that gets on your nerves or knows just what buttons to push, and you don't talk to them very good. And so you could change that. Or maybe you're having a higher expectation of the way that people talk to you. Okay? In the second quarter, when we're going into April, May, and June, we have the Five of Swords. So this is a real change of thought, okay? This is like changing the way you think about something. Almost to the point where you feel that way, but not quite yet, okay? It's changing the way... It's going from a battle mode into a more, you know, you're not gonna strike first, talk later. You want to understand first and kind of give quality to your actions, okay? So these are not yet actions. So this is like swords again. So it's thoughts, changing of thoughts, changing your beliefs and your way of thinking, okay? Going back to a belief system. Maybe there was a period in your life where you felt like you had to fight all the time, or maybe you and a partner have been fighting a lot, or you and, you know, friends or family, you and somebody fighting a lot, and then now you kind of want to find a different way to go about and accomplish your goal, because you're seeing that you're exerting a lot of positive and negative energy. Positive that you need, and negative is coming up and being manifested, and everything seems negative around it, okay? And it's kind of pooling up. So you want to achieve the same goal, but you want to not exert so much energy doing it, okay? So you're realizing that there's other ways to do things other than being like going in and just, you know, annihilating everything. Sometimes there's some room for some understanding. And the Five of Swords puts us in a place where we kind of have no choice but to begin understanding, okay? Because it's a change of thoughts, thought patterns, way of thoughts, and different things are going to be interesting you. There's going to be a lot more free thought. You might lift a mental fog here after this period. So it's kind of like the coming out of the fog, coming out of the looking outside for every external thing you can to satiate you, and kind of going within, okay? Clearing the path. So this is the realization, and then in the second quarter, you're kind of like in the construction zone of your life, okay? You're kind of going to be making changes and adapting, and you might even have to tell other people, you know, I'm not doing this, you know, clearing the path, all right? I don't want to do this with you. I don't want to live in this negative world with you, you know? I don't want to be a part of your negative world. I want to do things my way. Or maybe, you know, some people are doing that to you. Like maybe other people are clearing the path and you're kind of getting cleared out, and other people kind of, their way of thought kind of progressed, or they matured in some way and kind of left you behind. So, depending on which Cancer you are, you know, you could be the negative force on somebody else. And you need to learn to build positivity within yourself and feed off of that and manifest that. But for the most part, this is kind of like going from thinking everything has to be settled with war to going to understanding things can be settled with words and conversations and thoughts, and the way you fight might get better. Okay, but you're definitely in the constructive phase of the year, as far as making changes on what you're getting rid of in your life and what you're bringing back into your life, and then what you're adding into your life. Okay, kind of like maturing. It seems like 2017 is a maturing, cleansing year. Then you go to the Four of Swords. Okay, so with let me show you this card. Okay, this card, this one's a little bit different than the Rider-Waite, but with the Four of Swords, this is kind of like fundamental thinking is, it's like restructuring. Okay, I feel like you have all these ideas already. I feel like you've had these ideas over the past, maybe, I don't know why, but I feel like 8 years for some of you. Okay, and it's fun changes in your fundamental thought. Beliefs. It's also protective, you know, you might be putting barriers around yourself to give yourself restrictions, to keep positivity in your life. It seems like for a lot of you, you might be dealing with depression, okay? Or unresolved issues, okay? And these are things that make you you. So when you have to take out, you know, a load-bearing wall, something happens to a load-bearing wall, you need braces, right? You can't, your house will fall down if you remove a load-bearing wall. Okay, it'll make your whole foundation shaky. But we're not talking about, like, you know, the Tower card. We're talking about, this is taking your foundational, you know, the key fundamental aspects of who you are and what you believe and why you are the way you are, why you act the way you act, why you talk the way you talk, why you believe the way that you believe, okay? And it's kind of seeing that maybe some of them can be adjusted, okay? And it's making that stronger. So it's strengthening your foundation, strengthening your fundamental thoughts, becoming powerful in your thoughts, getting rid of, it's going to be really important for you to keep negative thoughts away, okay? Because I feel like with the Four of Swords, you're going to be coming up on something creative with the King of Wands there in the fourth quarter. So the Four of Swords is going to be July, August, and September. So this is a time when you're really, really going to be focusing on, you know, being very concrete, being very, at least planning to be very concrete, coming up with thoughts and ideas, going through things, sifting through the weeds in your head of, you know, your childhood, sifting through the pains you've been through and all that, and kind of building a new foundation and giving yourself a little bit of a framework in your mind of how you can handle negativity, a release point for it, and how positivity can kind of dwell there, okay? And then you got the King of Wands here. Okay, I'm going to hold that there so you can see it. King of Wands. Okay. And the October, November, December is going to be really kind of, it's going to be thrilling for you. It's going to be a thrilling adventure. You're going to be seeking, you're going to be really delving back into your interests. You're going to be seeing a big, huge scope of opportunities coming your way that probably were coming your way before, but you weren't able to see them because you were so full of negativity. You had different thought patterns, okay? And your fundamental thought had cracks that were leading you back to the negativity. It was like streaming you back away from it, because you set these up in your fundamental childhood as a protectant, as an escape. But you're realizing this year overall that there's no need to escape anymore, okay? No need to escape anymore. You can adventure right within who you are, because who you are is pretty awesome. I'm serious. And the feeling I'm getting is like you're capable of so damn much. And you were only like giving little squirts of it out in the world, just enough to let you still be able to say you could do those things. But now it's really, you want to permeate with it. Okay, that's what this is. The King of Wands is action. So this is like taking all these thoughts, all these changes in your thought, tweaking your thought patterns, and all your control, all your mental control, because that's what it's about for you, mental control. Not of others, of yourself, okay? Controlling what you think about, controlling what you do, controlling what you say, controlling how you think. Controlling how you think leading into how it makes you feel, okay? Because you want to feel better, okay, without being negative. So you want to always go positive. And the way to do that with kings, it kind of consumes all these thoughts, wraps them up, and sucks them out. Like fire, you know, consumes air. So it's like tying that up for you. And you're kind of going on your way and getting really back into your passions, back into your game. You could be traveling at the end of the year for the holidays to see family, or doing a fall trip somewhere. I feel like some of you Cancers have a countdown to this somehow. October, November, December, there's some kind of countdown. You might have a event, or a big trip planned, or an occasion, something you're counting down to something, okay? There's something you're counting down to. And it's going to come quickly, and you might have to prepare for it. So for some of you might have a speaking gig, okay? And for others, it might just be you're planning a trip to, like a yearly trip, okay? This might be some of you. And you haven't done it in a while, now you're going to do it again, okay? But that last quarter for you is going to feel really motivated and really positive, and like you're going, but you could go a million times more. Very fulfilling, and super creative, really bold. It's like going beyond what you normally would and achieving results that you don't even know how you achieved them. It's kind of like your brain took all this information that you learned here and made it, and like kind of perfected it so that you wouldn't even have to be, it kind of does it for you because you learned it, And so it's feeling very much like you're getting back on top of your game from, before. And like I felt like you were doing this before, and you're at it again. But this time you're going to do it. And it's feeling very action-oriented at the end of the year. There's lots of things you're doing. There's improvements you're making. You're perfecting things. You're making some really good, quick, good... I'm trying to think of the word for it. Some well-informed, you're able to make quick, well-informed decisions versus maybe before you were a little indecisive, or you'd make wrong decisions. Now you're making better decisions. Still a little bit impulsive, but it's kind of like in a fun, playful, lighthearted way. So I hope that resonated for you, Cancer, and I hope you have a wonderful year of 2017. And if you need any further readings or information, you can message me at facebook.com/hippiechicktarot. And I hope that you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.